What's going on, everybody? I'm Cigar Show Tim, and I'm going to sit and hang out with y'all for a while today. Wait for a few people to jump on here. Wait a minute. And I'm going to go over Luxury Cigar Club's core box for this month, let you know what was in it. For any of you that didn't see my review that just went up today, this week's Tobacco Talk is on one of the cigars from here. So I'm going to give it a minute. We'll wait for a couple people to jump on, and then we'll get going. If you are not part of or have not heard of Luxury Cigar Club, I'd be surprised if you haven't heard of them. But if you're not part of Luxury Cigar Club, I would strongly recommend you check them out. I know there are a lot of Cigar of the Month clubs out there, but Luxury Cigar Club, in my opinion, has set themselves apart from what some of the other clubs are doing, and some of the other clubs are very well run. I mean, I'm not going to make any jokes about them at all or put them down because some of them do very well. But I really enjoy Luxury Cigar Club. I get their core box every single month. Really, really enjoy it. Open up my water here. Going with some mineral water today. Jump into the comments. Let me know when you're here. I see some people jumping on here. Go ahead and type in a comment there. Let me know what you're doing, if you're at work, if you're done with work, if you're smoking a cigar, what you've got going on. And then I'll get going here with the box for this month for Luxury Cigar Club, and we'll get going from there. Packed with Boveda. All the Smoke Cigar Reviews. What's up, Tim? Well, I'll ask you the same thing. What's up, Tim? Hope you're doing well. I'm going to hang out with all of you for a while and let you know about the core box from Luxury Cigar Club for this month. I actually did release a video from one of the cigars from this, so if you've watched that review for the week, my tobacco talk for the week, you'll know that Room 101 Matte Booth is the manufacturer of choice for this month's core box with the domination. And so all three cigars that were in this month's box come from Room 101. And the one that I reviewed in my review, that was redundant, the one that I reviewed in my review, oh well. The one that I smoked and gave my thoughts on in that review was the Doomsayer Passive Calero Super Toro, which is a 6x55, and if you haven't seen that, well then you're going to have to go and watch it, because I'm not going to tell you about it. But there are two more cigars that came in this month's core box, and I wanted to have you all pick which one you think Good Men Still Packing to move to Florida. Oh, there you go. Hey, even closer to all the cigars. Good for you. But there are two cigars left in this month's box, and I wanted you all to help me pick what cigar I should smoke while hanging out with all of you. And so the two that I have available that are left, there is the Farce Churchill, Connecticut, which is this one right here. If it'll focus, it probably won't. It doesn't like to focus for me. But there's the Farce Connecticut Churchill, and then this one is the Payback Habano Maduro in Toro size. So those are the two other cigar options, the two that were left in the box for this month. So let me know in the comments which one you think I should review and smoke and hang out with you all and enjoy right now, and we will go from there. Tim, when are you moving to Florida? I know that you're heading out there, obviously, but when are you moving out there? What part of Florida are you moving to? Yeah, when are you heading out there? Check on a couple things here real quick. There's that. There we go. Perfect. All right. I'll give it just a minute here because I know he's going to respond, and then we'll go from there, and I'll ask everybody. October. Oh, Tampa. Ooh, there you go, Tampa. So you won't be far from Ybor City and checking out J.C. Newman and all the different cigar manufacturers that are down there. That's awesome. Now, are you moving for work? Are you moving... Excuse me, are you moving for family, for any particular reason? What's the reason for moving? I know you're packing, so obviously I'm making you type while you're packing, so that's my fault. And I don't know if you can hear the air conditioner behind me much at all. I've got a portable AC unit right there that keeps it cool when it's, you know, hot during the summer here. So but if you have had either one of these, the Farce Churchill, Connecticut, or if you have had the Payback Habano Maduro, I'd be curious what you think I should be lighting up and smoking. Yeah, this is the, I don't have my glasses on. Yeah, the Payback Habano Toro, not Habano Maduro, Habano Toro, I don't know why I said Habano Maduro. but the Payback Habano Toro or the Farce Churchill Connecticut. You let me know which one you think I should smoke. I'll light that one up. So go ahead and put that in the comments. Let me know, and we'll get going from there. A couple other bits of information that I want to share with everybody. For everybody that's jumping on here, hey, welcome on board. I'm just going to be hanging out, smoking a cigar from Room 101 that was in this month's Luxury Cigar Club box. So let me know whether you think I should have a Maduro, or excuse me, a Habano or a Connecticut. I've got the Farce Connecticut Churchill, and I've got the Payback Habano Toro. So let me know what you think, and I'll light that one up. For all the smoke says, for work and my wife wants to be close to Miami. All good, man. Had to take a break. Haven't smoked either one yet. Got it. Good to know. Well, cool. Good for you guys moving. I'll be praying that everything goes smooth with you guys transitioning down there, moving, getting settled in, all that fun stuff. But for anybody that doesn't know, not this Friday, but next Friday, I'm going to be part of a community night with 4 other cigar reviewers, cigar personalities, if you will, that I'm really excited about. I hit up each one of them and said, hey, this is what I'm looking at doing. What would you all think about it? And every single one of them said, I'm in, I'm game. Let's unite the community. Let's continue uniting the community, excuse me, and bringing people together. And so that's what we're going to do. So next Friday night, which is August 27th, so yes, a week from tomorrow, August 27th at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm going to be jumping on with 4 of my good cigar community friends. I've got Adam Swanson, Swanson Cigar Reviews. I've got Lee Mac 912. I've got Ron Real TV, and I've got Kevin Shahan, Cigar Prop himself. So we're all going to be jumping on and hanging out. So I would really, really love to have everybody jump on that. It's going to be here on my YouTube channel, and then if you're watching through Facebook as well, through the Cigar Show Tim Family Room, it'll be on there. Smoke with Toke, what's going on, brother? Hope you're doing well. This month's box was pretty dope. I would agree. So, do you think I should have the Payback Habano, or do you think I should have the Farce Connecticut Churchill? Let me know which one you guys think I should smoke. I'll light it up, and we will go from there. I won't give any influence, because I want to try one of them over the other. Obviously, I want to try them both, but I'll see what you guys say, and we'll go from there. But next Friday night, and I'm looking to do this. I've actually had another person reach out to me saying, Tim, you're doing exactly what I want to do also. Farce, there we go. Smoke with Toke says Farce. You're doing what I want to do. Can can we talk this out and just sort of see what you're looking at doing, what I'm looking at doing, and how they blend well together? And it was really cool to talk to this person. I'm not going to say who it was because it doesn't matter, because they're working on something, a project that is similar, but about uniting the cigar community. And so next Friday night at 4:30 p.m. Pacific, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm going to be hanging out here in my studio with Lee Mac, Ron Real, Cigar Prop, and Swanson Cigar Reviews. And we're just going to talk about the cigar community and what reviewers are doing and current trends and topics and just different things and hanging out as a community. So spread the word, get everybody involved. Let's get everybody on that. I would love to have everybody jump on board and see what that's like. So I'm going to go ahead and light up the Farce, and we'll go from there. But if you're smoking anything, let me know. Smoke with Toke, you lighting anything up right now? All the smoke, have you lit anything up at all today either? Or have you lit anything up at all? I think you said that you haven't smoked either one of these, but yeah. Smoke with Toke, I set my reminder, gotta tune into this. You know what? I would love to have you tune in and just hang out. For anybody jumping in new, go ahead and jump in the comments. Let me know that you're here, and we'll get this thing going. So I'm going to cut my cigar. I'm going with just a simple straight cut. And I'm going to be lighting up the Farce Connecticut. Let's see if I can get it to focus. It's the Farce Connecticut Churchill from Room 101. There we go. Right there. It does have an open foot. If I can get it to actually show up. It's got an open foot. And so there it is. Let's see here. Hoyo de Monterrey Epicure number 2. Nice, good choice. So let me grab my lighter, and we'll go from there. Are you sipping anything? I am just sipping on some sparkling mineral water. Whenever I smoke a cigar, especially if it's for the first time, I'm always going for the sparkling mineral water. I've had Perrier, I've done the Topo Chico. Honestly, Crystal Geyser sparkling mineral water, I enjoy a lot. And I can get it at Smart and Final here by me. I can get like an 18 pack of it for like $12 or something. So it's a good deal. So I do not have any bourbon or anything in a glass right now. I've got some proper 12 and then a rum in my little fridge below me here. But yeah, I don't have anything that I'm sipping on right now. Oh, the smoke says water and a maker space. What is a maker space? Enlighten me. I'm guessing it's something with Maker's Mark? Or is maker space the cigar? Are you having two different drinks or a drink and a cigar? Now I'm curious, Tim. What you got? Smoke with Toe. Good stuff. Four Roses small batch select for me. Ooh, good choice. I enjoy Four Roses small batch select is a very good choice that I enjoy. All right, so upon initial light up for the Farce Connecticut Churchill, there's a grassy, almost like a candela kind of note to it. Some grassy hay, some smooth butteriness, some like butter cracker also. Really good so far. Just lit it up, so we'll see how it continues. Got it from MCP. So my cigar pack, very cool. Smoke with Toke says, I'm off tomorrow. Let the shenanigans begin. There you go. Oh, you know, I did see the makerspace. I think Martina Maya did a post or something about getting that as well when he did his unboxing. So I think I did see the makerspace now that you mentioned it. It had sort of bold, almost like monster-like font on it, I think is what it was. Wait till the second third opens up on that Farce. Laugh out loud. Oh, there we go. All right, let's see how that goes. Seems to be that it's going to be a pretty quick smoke. We'll see how it goes because it's already right there. Burns a little wavy on it. Just got started though, so let's see how it continues. But yeah, next Friday, I can't wait, guys. I'm excited to just hang out with four of my friends in the community. I'm really fortunate that, and I'm going to bring this up next week. I'm really fortunate that I'm a smaller channel that just happens to be networked with a lot of the bigger guys that I call friends. And I don't say that as a bragging thing or say that as like, oh, I've got these friends that everybody knows. It's really not that at all because we're all just real people. But I'm really fortunate that I started doing reviews about 3 years ago, and then left that original channel that I was with for a little over a year, close to a year and a half, actually just shy of 2 years, and then started my own a year and a few months ago, and just have networked and got to meet a lot of really cool people within the industry, cigar content creators, reviewers only, content creators, influencers, different things like that. And so it's really cool to be able to hang out and talk with them and do all that. And I'm just looking forward to hanging out with all of them. So when I hit them all up and said, hey, here's what I'm looking at doing, I want to have from the just getting into the cigar reviewers all the way up through somebody that is looked at as an icon in cigar reviewer genre, obviously being Lemac. And and so when I hit up all of them and just said, hey, what do you think? It was a no questions, absolutely. That's something that we can always jump in on and get down with. And so that's what I decided to do, and fortunately they all jumped on, and it was really cool and jumped on board. So next Friday, you have great content, Tim. We'll definitely tune in. Oh, I appreciate that, Tim. And I mean, Smoke with Toke, all the Smoke Cigar reviews, and everybody else watching. I mean, if you haven't checked out both of their channels, you've absolutely got to be doing that and see what they've got going on. Smoke with Toke is very new and getting started and has a decent number of videos out. And puts out quite a bit of content. All the Smoke Cigar Reviews has been doing it for quite a while. A little bit less time than me, I think. And is putting out good reviews, so you got to check him out also. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to next Friday. And it's just going to be a casual hangout, community enjoyment, basically a live herf with us five. And I have not seen yet it done where they're someone from early on in their cigar reviewer YouTube journey through somebody as experienced as Limac, all together in one panel intentionally, with the goal of it being a live thing, not having it being a panel at PCA or TPE or anything like that, or having it be pre-recorded and then posted live. I haven't seen anything like that done, and I really enjoy this community. I want to keep seeing it unite and come together, and so that was why when this idea came into my head a few months ago, is how long I've been talking about it. It was just one of those things where it's like, yeah, I need to hit up these guys and see what their take is. And my goal is to not just have this one, is to do others and bring in other cigar content creators, and just unite the community, because there are some content creators out there that are making phenomenal content, and there's some that I just don't care for. And it doesn't mean they're bad, it just means that for me it's just not my preference to watch them at all, and so I just choose not to. Retrohale on this is really smooth. Yeah, still getting that sort of grassy cracker, light wood, light cedar wood coming through now. Tap off the ash. I'm not big on long ash, and I'm definitely not big on it falling on me. So, for anybody jumping in, jump in the comments, let me know that you're here. Say, hey, what's going on, Tim? Hope you're having a good one. And let me know if you're smoking anything. And if you're watching this on the replay after this posts, throw in the comments what you were smoking while you're watching this, what you're drinking, if you're drinking anything, all that kind of stuff. But I wanted to ask those of you that are watching right now, what cigars have really hit your palate lately? What manufacturers, what specific cigar? Is there anything new that came out that was released at PCA that you're waiting to get your hands on, that you're going, okay, I can't wait till I get this, or that did recently come out? Any of those kinds of things. Let me know in the comments what cigars have you been really enjoying lately, or are you really excited to get my hands on? For me personally, I cannot wait to get my hands on the Casa Cuevas Patrimonio. The Cuevas family is near and dear to my heart, and I can't wait to try their new Patrimonio. I should be getting some pretty soon here, since they've got inventory and stuff in now. But man, I just can't wait to try that one. But I don't know if any of you have any cigars that have really just hit your palate lately, or that you just can't wait to get your hands on. Smooth draw on the cigar. Got probably a medium light draw on it. Not super light, but it's definitely not much resistance in it. But it's good so far. Great smoke output. Doing well. I don't know if you can even see that on camera. You can see the smoke coming off the foot and then out of the cap. You probably can't see that at all. No, probably not. But doing well. But yeah, let me know what cigars you've enjoyed, what you're looking forward to. Where'd my rest go? There it is. Got to move a couple things around here. So, Smoke with Toke, what's some stuff that you've had going on? Throw it in the comments here. Let's help promote your channel as well. Obviously, all the Smoke Cigar reviews. Tim as well, promote him and what he's got going on. What you've been doing on your channel. Plug your channel in the comments. Put it up there. Let people see it. All the Smoke said, for some reason, been smoking more full body. Stress, man. Any spice yet? The stress of moving. I did that a year ago right now. A year ago right now, we were in escrow in the house that we have now that I'm at. And so I can definitely understand that. We were living with my in-laws at the time, and they were amazingly hospitable and welcomed us in and all that kind of stuff, but we were ready to have our own place. Spice. Let's see. Retrohale gives you a little bit like a white pepper spice. Yeah, wet pepper, that would make sense. A white pepper spice. And then it just goes away real quick. Nothing on the tongue, nothing in the throat, nothing like that at all, at least for me. And what I'm experiencing, tap off the ash again here. But it's burning well, it's got a nice cherry on it. So full body cigars, nice full strength ones, going back to all the smoked cigar reviews. More full body stuff. So what full body cigars have you been enjoying, Tim? You've been doing any of the big name brands, more of the boutique stuff? What have you been going for? What's been the full body experience that you've been going for lately? Or is it stuff that's come in subscription packages? Whether it's, the one that you mentioned earlier, whether it's Luxury Cigar Club or any of the other ones. What are some of the full body cigars you've been enjoying? And you know what? I'm not going to lie, they're good, because when you can have a good full body cigar and just relax with it, it's a good thing. So one of the experiments and one of the things that I'm doing right now on my channel, for anybody that hasn't seen the review yet, I'm actually in the process of doing a giveaway also. I reached out to, I'll grab one here, I reached out to Integra Boost. Their humidity packs, if I can get it to focus, there we go. So I reached out to them. They do humidity packs, much like some of the other ones that we've seen. This one is gel based. It's a plant-based gel that's all organic, biodegradable, all that kind of stuff. Ben Diesel's lately and LFDs. Oh, there you go. Yep, that'll get you the full body experience for sure. But Integra Boost. So what I'm doing right now is I'm in the middle of a 1-month testing phase with Integra Boost, and I've got one of their 320 gram, I think it's 320 gram. Yeah, looking down at my humidor, 320 gram humidor packs, and it's a 69% relative humidity one. And I have that in there with my large humidor, and I'm not going to give away anything right now to see. I've been testing to see how it does on its own. I completely turned off my cigar oasis. I turned it down to like 50. After the first week, I turned it down to like 55%. I think it's down 55, 53% relative humidity. So it's not even going to come on at all. And I threw just that in there to see how it holds humidity with everything that's in there. And so I'm just about to film my second week in that with a 2-week update. And then I put one in a humidor, desktop humidor, to see how it does. It was a bone dry humidor. I wanted to see if it would completely suck all of the moisture out of the pack. And it had gone up a little bit the first week. I'll give you a little preview. It had gone up a little bit the first week. And so what I ended up doing was throwing cigars in with the humidor, because I wanted to see if maybe it just needed some cigars to get some additional humidity too. So we'll see. I already know where it's sitting right now, but I'm not gonna share it. We'll see what it's doing when I get to the end of this recording that I have to do for the 2-week update into it. But at the end of 1 month, what I'm going to do is I'm going to post that video with a recap of 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 week, and then the final update. And then I'm going to post that video, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to be doing a giveaway. I reached out to Integra Boost and said, hey, if I'm going to check this out, I want people to have an opportunity to check it out also. And so they sent me enough stuff to do a few different prize packs. I'm not sure what all is going to be in it. I'll throw some of my stickers in there. I may throw a cigar from my humidor. I have no clue yet what that's going to include. But I'm going to put together a couple different prize packs so that people can check it out and try it out. But you'll have to make sure that you're subscribed to my channel and do a comment. The first video, if you have not entered into that, go back, watch that one, because there's a specific word that you need to use in that comment in order to be entered into it. So go back and do that, look and see what is necessary for it, because there actually are quite a wide variety of comments in there, and it's not very obvious the word that I asked to be used in there, that I'm going to do the keyword search to see who's eligible for that drawing. And then at the recap after 1 month, I'm going to be doing the same thing. Going to have to comment, going to have to use a specific keyword, do all that kind of stuff. And then I'm going to give a bunch of this stuff away. I mean, they gave me, I think, 8 or 9 of the 8-gram pouches, which is the same size as the Bovedas that everybody's used to. It's the same size as all of that. Facebook user, go Astros. Oh, that's got to be Caesar. Oh, Mr. Facebook user Caesar. I love you, brother, but no, not go Astros. What's going on, brother? But then I've got one of the larger packs here, which is this one. And this is, I think, a 32-gram or 64-gram. I'd have to look at it to see again. But I've got this one here. This is the one that I put in my desktop humidor. And that's the one that's in there that I put in. And then they also have a card in here. And there's another manufacturer, Humasmart, that uses those cards, and some people said they work, some people said they don't. But I want to see how these work and see how this goes. And so that card is supposed to signify when the humidity is basically run up on that humidity pack in there. So if you've missed any of those videos, go ahead and go back, watch that one, see what you need to do as the buzzword that you need to put in the comments for the entry, and I'll have my recap up in just a couple weeks here. I'm about halfway through the test phase now, and so we'll see how it goes. It's been interesting. What up, brother? Love you, bro. You know what? I'm just sitting here hanging out, having a Room 101 Farce Connecticut Churchill that came in my Luxury Cigar Club core box for the month, and enjoying it so far. What are you up to? You off work, at home, relaxing? What do you got going on? You and Robert hanging out? Robert did send me a message through, I think it was Instagram yesterday, and I sent him back a message with a link. He was looking to see where he could buy one of my Cigar Show Tim hats, so I sent him the link to the Etsy shop where you can go on and buy that. So, but yeah. Really smooth draw, starting to open up. Ton of smoke output, as you can see. Doing really well with that. And the ash fell right onto the knuckle of my thumb. That hurt, not gonna lie. That was hot. And then it went onto the floor. Well, I'm glad I could break the fall with my thumb. Oh well, it is what it is. All the Smoke says, "What's up, Caesar? Go Braves." Oh, you guys both. Both of you. That's the team to cheer for. The World Series champs. See that right there? World Series 2020. World Series champions. And yeah, I know the haters, especially the Astro fans, are going to be like, oh, it was a shorter season. Oh, it didn't really matter. Oh, because of this. Oh, because of that. The fans weren't there, so it wasn't the same. Well, guess what? We won a World Series. And to me, that's what matters. I've got the plaque right here, just off camera next to the picture of the whiskey glass here. Right off frame there, that's got dirt from the field when they won the game. So I'm going to celebrate my Dodgers because they hadn't won since '88 when I was 6 years old. And so, yeah, let's just say I was very, very excited and happy that the Astros got in trouble and, you know, other teams, I'll just leave it at that, got in trouble for what they were doing and cheating, quite frankly. So good job, Caesar. Continue cheering for your cheaters. I'm at home getting some rest. I just got off of work after a 12-hour shift. Who? That doesn't sound like fun, 12 hours. But hey, overtime's a good thing. Hopefully you get overtime and you're not salary. But if you're salary, then, well, it is what it is. Tim, how does the boost compare to Boveda? Good question. And yes, Caesar, you won in 2017. Yeah. When the Dodgers should have won. Trash can bang bang. But how does the boost compare to Boveda? So Boveda is a salt crystal system that has liquid in it. Many people know that you can restore them, rehumidify them, recharge them, if you will, by putting them in distilled water, letting them sit there for a couple of days, taking them out, dabbing them off with a paper towel and all that. This is a gel, a plant-based gel that's in there, and so there's no recharging, there's no doing any of that with these. Supposedly these are a little bit longer lasting than the Boveda packs, but Integra Boost, the really cool thing about them is Integra Boost actually does a lot of humidification control for multiple different industries. They do cannabis and other things too. But they do for food in your pantry so that you don't, in humid climates, you know, in the South or in Florida or Georgia or Louisiana or any of those places, Texas, that get humid during the summer, they are two-way, so they actually will take in the humidity and they'll release it much like a Boveda would, much like, you know, we're familiar with. And so that's sort of what separates it out mainly. The biggest difference is that it is salt-free. In fact, on one of the boxes here, pick it up here. This is the 320 gram. This is the 72%. So if you were going to initially season a large humidor, you would use one of these. And on the side of it, it actually says right there, Smart, simple, salt-free. So that's sort of their slogan that they go off of. Smart, simple, salt-free. And I'm just checking them out to see how it is. It comes with, information on a card where it shows you the process, how to do it, the two-way humidity control, talks about all of the benefits of it, how it works, all those kinds of things to see that you're using it in a beneficial way. And so that really, to answer your question, Tim, is how it compares to Boveda. In terms of taking care and maintaining cigars, I would say it's doing a very good job at maintaining the cigars. I won't go into the details because it's going to be in the full recap of it, but I would say it's doing a very good job at maintaining the cigars, and leave it at that for now. So I've been pleasantly impressed with this company. I saw them on social media. I'd seen them around for a few months and thought, you know what, I'm just going to reach out and say, hey, I review cigars. I would be happy to review it on my channel. What's your take on it? And would you be interested in doing that? I'd like samples, and I'd like to give some away to my subscribers. They responded quickly, said absolutely, we'd be happy to. Shot the stuff out to me really quick. I'm in Southern California. They're based in Las Vegas, Nevada. I had the stuff within just a couple days, and started testing and doing everything from there. And so far, I'm really enjoying it. But if you go to their website, integra-boost.com, or just search Integra Boost, but integra-boost.com, you can get all the information. You can see all the different uses for their humidity packets, and they have a wide variety of different humidity levels and packet sizes and all of that for you to use depending on what the application might be. But as far as how it's done so far, I've been pretty impressed with it. So still smoking down. I'd say I'm probably at the end of the first third, pretty close to it. Still getting that light wood note in there. There's a light nutty creaminess that's in there as well now. And it's really good. I've been enjoying it. Retrohale's got a little bit more of the white pepper spice to it now, but it brings out a ton of creaminess and nuttiness on the retrohale. Really, really good. Yeah, ton of creaminess, nuttiness. That woody note is still absolutely there also. Caesar, are you smoking anything right now? You better be. I don't know why you better be, but I'm just telling you, you better be. After a 12-hour shift, to me it seems like the thing that you should want to do is light up a good cigar and sit back with a good drink. Yeah, it was funny. I was drinking Topo Chicos for a long time, and I really like Topo Chico. The glass bottle, though, not the plastic one. There is a difference. You can taste the difference. It's almost more carbonated in the glass bottles. Not almost. It is more carbonated in the glass bottles. But Crystal Geyser is a water company that's all over the country, and I saw them when I was at Smart and Final and thought, let's check it out, and really enjoy it. I don't care for drinking a whole lot of soda, and so for me, drinking this with my cigars or just throughout the day is actually really refreshing. And on a hot summer day, which we've had quite a few of them here in Southern California, it's been abnormally warm for an extended duration of time. I mean, other parts of the country are getting it even worse, but we've been in the upper 90s for a long stretch here. We've got a couple days where we're in the 80s barely, and then we're jumping right back up to the 90s and hundreds for the beginning of next week. But the Crystal Geyser Sparkling Mineral Water has been really good, and it's cheaper than Topo Chico, so I've been getting that for now. But what do you guys drink with your cigars? I know you've heard me talk about the drink debate that I did back probably 6 months ago now, where I compared the same cigar to 8 different beverages and went through them all. I used Perrier's, the sparkling mineral water, for that one because Perrier just has this, aura, reputation about it of being rich and sophisticated and being sort of the staple of the sparkling mineral waters. But what do you typically pair your cigars with? Is it whiskey? Is it rum? Is it coffee? Is it water? Is it soda? What is it? Now I'm going to keep tapping off the ash so it doesn't fall on my hand and burn me more. I sound like a whiner, don't I? That's okay. Caesar, I think you commented on the post that I did. I started by talking about the community night that's a week from tomorrow night at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, with myself and four cigar content creators. I'm not going to call them all reviewers because content creators is just what I like better. I like that label. But Limac 912, Ron Real TV, Cigar Prop, myself, and Swanson Cigar Reviews are all going to be on and hanging out. I think Robert commented, or maybe it was you, it said, going to be there and check it out. But would love to have you check it out. And I'm looking at doing more of these in the future and just continuing the unification of the cigar industry and the community and content creators and all of that, because it's just a necessary thing. People love the community in the cigar culture. They love that about it. And what better way to do it than get content creators at all the different levels in their cigar journey to be able to do that. So All the Smoke Cigar Review says mostly bourbon or water. There you go, bourbon. Nice. I enjoy bourbon. I like myself some good Buffalo Trace. I like some Knob Creek. You know, I like Elijah Craig. All those are good bourbons. If I'm going to go Scotch, I like having Monkey Shoulder. It's a blended Scotch, but I really enjoy it. And then water. Water seems to be my go-to usually, especially with summertime. I'm just drinking a whole lot more water, and I've actually really come to like it. I actually will throw some lime juice into the sparkling water. It's almost like having a squirt or a 7-Up or a Sprite or something, and it's a nice little replacement for it, and it just seems to be working well for me. So what other questions do you guys have for me? I know, Tim, you were asking me about the difference between Integra Boost and Boveda, but any questions for me about anything coming up on my channel, anything you think I should review? I do this once a month. Call it the Luxury Hour. That's what I'm calling it moving forward, because it's Luxury Cigar Club, hanging out where you all get to sit and help pick the cigar that I'm going to smoke, and hopefully smoke a cigar while I'm doing this and just hang out and have fun. But I'm going to be doing this once a month. I've been doing it for the last, I think this is the 3rd or 4th month now that I've been doing it with my Luxury Cigar Club core box, and talking about Luxury Cigar Club, because I really enjoy them. They support me, I support them. It's just a great thing. But what other questions do you have for me about my channel, reviews, ideas, questions about humidors, anything like that at all? And Caesar, you better be going to go get a cigar right now. I'm just going to say it. So let me ask you all a question. What is your understanding of the cigar making process? And here's what I mean by that. From Seed to Cigar is a documentary that's out there. But in that whole process, what is your knowledge of that? Because one of the things that I have toyed with is going through, not crazy in depth, but just talking about, while smoking a cigar, talking about the process of making cigars and what goes into it and how that looks, and maybe have a couple people guest and come on also and do that are involved in the process or that are very familiar with the process, and be able to go in depth a little more and do it a multi-part video. I better what? I didn't catch what you said. Caesar, you better be smoking a cigar. That's what you better be doing. After a 12-hour shift, that's what I'd want to do. But I'm looking at doing a series, I don't know how many parts, maybe just 2 or 3, going over the entire process of cigars, of growing, of drying, and of rolling them. And that may be the three different stages that I go through when I cover it, of growing tobacco, and then harvesting and fermenting tobacco, and then rolling cigars, and going through all that. But what is all of your familiarity? What level of knowledge would you say you have when it comes to the cigar process? Because I've learned through my journey in cigars that people that say they know cigars very well, what that means is they know the cigar smoking experience very well. They don't know the process and some of the terminology and some of what goes into actually planting, growing, harvesting, and rolling cigars. I would love to spotlight that here on my channel. I think it would be a fun, educational kind of process for it. Have some questions, but we'll hit you up after I move. Absolutely, no problem at all. Let me know after you move, and we'll go from there. I know you're busy, Tim, with all the things that you've got going on. Cedar says, I'm going to do a review in a little bit. I'm just resting before I start. Ooh, the selfish part of me says, what are you going to be reviewing? But I don't want to ruin what you're going to be posting and reviewing. Not that I'm going to review it, but I'll let you surprise everybody with all of that, unless you want to tell me. Great smoke output out of this. Great smoke output. There's some, that toasted nuttiness is still there. It's coming up more prominent now. The cedar is falling back quite a bit in the second third. There's still a good creaminess there with it. And yeah, really on the Retro Hill you get a little bit of white pepper spice, but it's not a spicy cigar at all. So here's how the burn's doing. I'll show you all how it's going. Overall, it's not doing too bad. A little bit of a wave there. But it's doing well. And, I mean, the cherry on it is just fiery hot, as established by the burn on my thumb. But I just wanted to hang out with all of you. Like I said, I do this once a month. It's random. It's not planned when it's going to happen. It's based on when I get my Luxury Cigar Club core box for the month, and then share all about it with every one of you and everybody out there. But Room 101 had one of the farce cigars, or Luxury Cigar Club had one of the farce ones in a box, I think a couple months ago, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was in that box. I'm part of a couple different cigar clubs. I won't share the other ones just because this one's about Luxury Cigar Club. But I think it was Luxury Cigar Club that had a farce in one of theirs. And it was good. I enjoyed it. I think it was 2 months ago that they had it in there. And now this month it's a domination, so everything in the box is from Room 101. And the card that came with it had the information, but it also, grab it here, it also had a personalized, no, really not personalized, note from Matt Booth. And I'll read it again. It was in my review for this week, but I'll read it for all of you. Emancipate your palate with the sensual stylings of Room 101. I strive to enchant your taste pipe with effervescent delights unlike the likes of what you may have ever known. You quietly question the magnetic energies, but this is also why you cannot resist. Put my adventure into your mouth. Signed by Mr. MB Matt Booth himself. So that went in all the core boxes. And then for anybody that's not familiar with it, Luxury Cigar Club, there's the core card that comes in it, a little bit of a description about Luxury Cigar Club and the core box, and there's the QR code that you can scan, and that'll give you the information about what is in your core box for that month, what the cigar's makeup is, the blend on it, the size, the strength. For strength on this right now, I'd put this at probably, light plus. I wouldn't say it's a medium, but it's a mild plus in terms of strength for the cigar right now. Full of flavor though, burning really well. The wrapper on it is relatively smooth. There's a couple little veins on it and seams, but a little bit of bumpiness to it as it's rolled. But overall, it's a very smooth wrapper, very smooth actually, with a little bit of a sheen to it. Not a whole lot, but a little bit of a sheen to it. I'm about 40 minutes into it right now, and I'd say I'm closing in on the halfway point of it, and so far I'm enjoying it. I'm usually on here for about an hour when I do these, just to hang out with everybody, chit chat, talk, and answer questions, and just have a fun social time is really what it comes down to. I think what I may do is I'm going to have, I've got some other content creators that really enjoy a luxury cigar club. Also, Cigar Titans is a couple of my buddies, and they enjoy luxury cigar club. So what I may do in one of these months is actually do a live with them on it, and just have all of us talk about luxury cigar club, our take on it, and do a live smoking and hang out, sort of herf with everybody. That way, it's not just me, and you get to have it mix up a little bit and change it up. So, I can't make my mind what I'll be reviewing tonight, but it will probably be something that came out of the Black Lion Luxuries box for the month of August. Very cool. Very nice. It's always a good way to do it. Review it from one of the boxes that came and do all that. I usually review one, sometimes two of the cigars that come in the core box each month. One, just to bring attention to what you can get when you subscribe to Luxury Cigar Club, but also just to give a little bit of diversification as to what there is available and what they have in their boxes. And so I can mix up what I've got in my review sort of portfolio cycle. Because I think before today's review, I don't think I'd reviewed a Room 101 on my channel yet. And so I wanted to change that, and obviously it made sense to change it now. So that's what's going on. I see some people jumping in here. Go ahead and jump in the comments. Say hey, let me know that you're here hanging out with me. As I smoke through this Room 101 Farce Connecticut Churchill. I'm about halfway through it. Throw up comments, questions, anything that you've got, but it's a time just to hang out with all of you, and that's about it. Ask me if I've smoked any cigars recently that you've checked out, or my thoughts on any of them, whatever it may be. And Caesar, I will hold up, since I have it right here, a little something I got in the mail. So, I've been smoking the cigars in it, a lot of the Oliva stuff that's in there. But Caesar, I think you're familiar with this humidor that came from Crazy Monkey Cigars and the broker Cigar and Koenig, and the prize pack and all that. So I've got that here sitting in my studio on my desk right here. Set that down gently, and it's actually doing really well. I've got a humidity pack in there, and it's staying really well. I wasn't sure how that was going to work with it being acrylic and not having what I thought was a tight seal on it, but it's holding humidity really well and doing great. So I'm enjoying that. And the cigars that came in, and I've had a lot of the Oliva stuff that was in there already. And I had some Olivas, some of those before, but getting to smoke some of the new ones was really cool, because I don't think I'd ever had the Serie O before, and then the Oliva, I think Family Reserve is in there also. There were a couple of them. I think there might be one left in Robusto or Toro size, and it was really good. But yeah, for anybody that's jumping in new right now, go ahead and jump in the comments. Say hey, let me know what you're up to and all that. I have to leave for a minute. How's that farce? Smoke with Toke, it is doing well. Getting a lot of the creamy, nutty notes in there. The light cedar wood is still coming through. And there's a white pepper that was gone for a few minutes, like I just mentioned, but now I've got a little bit on my tongue that's coming through. And that's the flavor notes. Burn is doing really well. You can see it's very, very straight right now. Got a nice mascara line, if you will, on it, for the burn line on it. And it's doing really well, treating me well. The draw on it is still a lighter draw, a little bit lighter than I tend to prefer, but it's not bad. At first it was a little bit tighter, which is where I prefer it, right when I lit it, and then it's loosened up a little bit. But smoke output, I mean, smoke just keeps coming and coming off of the foot, so it's doing really well. Tons of smoke, as you can see. I see some new people in here. Jump in, let me know you're here. Say hey, let me know what you're smoking, if you're smoking anything at all. And just hang out and contribute to the conversation as I go through what Luxury Cigar Club cigars were in the core box for this month. So, obviously, the bag, Luxury Cigar Club here. That's it right there. and then the cards that come with it, you get a core sticker every month. And this month was a domination, a takeover by Matt Booth, Room 101. I've got the Farce Connecticut Churchill for my review for Tobacco Talk this week, which released earlier this morning. I did the Doomsayer Passive Super Toro. It's a 6x55. It's a Colorado wrapper on that, and it was good. But you'll have to watch the review if you want some more information on it. At this point, 1 to 10, what would you rate it? I'd say for me right now, especially being a mild to medium plus cigar smoker for the most part, I'd put this probably at about a 6.5 to 7 right now for me. It's not mind-blowing, but it's a consistent good one. A good nutty flavor note in a cigar I really enjoy, and this is very prominent with that, with the light woodiness. That creamy note is still in there. And so, yeah, I'd say it's probably about a 6.5 to 7 right now, which isn't a bad thing. People will be like, oh, 6.5, that must be a terrible cigar. It is really hard for me to get to a 9 or a 10 with a cigar. I'm just going to level with everybody. That's partly why I got rid of the numbering scale for ratings, you know, because it seems like every cigar is rated between 88 and 93 by every reviewer that's out there. And I just wanted to get away from that and do something different where it's either nub-worthy or it's not. And so that's how I do all of my reviews with Tobacco Talk. But yeah, for a 6.5 and 7, that's a good consistent cigar for me in terms of where it's at and rating with where I'm at right now. I just don't care for the 1 to 100 rating system that a lot of people do. Solid score, I gave it a 7 out of 10. I had chocolate bourbon coffee with it. Ooh, that chocolate bourbon coffee would be really good, especially the chocolate with the creamy notes in there probably brought it out quite a bit. And the coffee probably brought out some of the woody notes in it as well. So that had to be good. So chocolate bourbon coffee. So did you add a flavoring to it? Like, go into detail on that one with me, Smoke with Toke. What is the chocolate bourbon coffee? Is it something that comes that way, flavored like Knob Creek does their smoked maple? So is it something like that where it's a flavored bourbon, or did you put chocolate and bourbon into your coffee? Oh, exactly. I'm guessing that's on the flavor notes that I just mentioned as far as what came out of it. It's just Manny. Yo, what's up? How you doing, Manny? Hope you're doing well today, brother. I'm just here hanging out, having the Room 101 Farce Connecticut Churchill from Luggage Cigar Club from this month. Are you smoking anything? You got anything that you're putting smoke in the air with right now, or are you just hanging out, relaxing, and having a good one? No, it comes that way. Okay, Smoke with Toke. Who makes that? Because I want to check that out, because obviously I roast coffee. Turbojet Coffee is my own company. I roast coffee and do that on the side as well. So I am a huge coffee nerd, like nerd to the point where there are certain brands of coffee I won't even go near or drink because I just think they're absolutely disgusting. So yeah. Yes, sir. All the smoke reviews and what Tim said was Smoke with Toke chocolate bourbon coffee. Yes. Manny says just hanging out, relaxing, not much activity today. There you go. Having a day where you can just sit back and relax is one of the greatest things, where you can just relax and not do a whole lot. Yesterday was a busy day. I roasted quite a bit of coffee, got some coffee orders out, did all of that. For anybody that hasn't heard or doesn't know much about Turbojet Coffee, it's named after both of my son's nicknames. Turbo is my oldest son's nickname. Jet is my youngest son. I've got 2 boys, so it's named after them. And I roast coffee here at home and ship it out direct to the customer. So turbojetcoffee.com right there is the website. If you want to go online and check it out, there are subscriptions available. You can get 2 bags every week or every month, and 4 bags every week or every month. I've got a number of customers that just do the monthly subscription. They get 4 bags a month. It automatically bills, automatically ships out. And then every once in a while I'll throw in a little surprise or something with them. Each order you get a fun sticker, because everybody loves stickers, let's face it. Who doesn't like stickers? That's why a lot of us order from the different brick and mortars or online places, because you get stickers, and stickers are fun. My refrigerator down below me right here has stickers covering it all over, including the Smoke and Lead sticker that I have. And so yeah, Turbojet Coffee is my coffee roasting company that I do. So turbojetcoffee.com if you want to go on and check that out. I would love to have you check it out and order some coffee. And there's some custom blends or some single origins. There's some just staple blends. The Italian medium is like the staple, like good, solid, consistent, good cup of coffee that you would get if you went to like a really good mom and pop diner kind of coffee. And so if you guys want to check that out, I would love it. And there you go. Go check it out. Jared, what's going on? Smoking a CAO Cameroon box press Robusto. Just discovered your channel. Good stuff, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It's just one of my hobbies. I love smoking cigars. I've smoked cigars for over 20 years now, and I was not a serious cigar smoker. Wasn't really into it for about the first 15 years or so. But the last 6 years I've gotten much more into it and have developed my palate more with flavor notes and what I like, what I don't care for. I'm not at the point yet where I can go, oh, I can taste the Honduran tobacco specifically, or I can taste the Dominican specifically. I know some of the flavor notes that can come from those regions, but I just love the journey. And people have asked me, what's your end game? What do you want to get out of reviewing cigars? And I say, this is it. The end game is reviewing cigars. And Tobacco Talk is the name of my review once a week, and it's turning into, it's being developed into its own media company, if you will, Tobacco Talk Media, and a website is in the works right now to where it's going to have all of my review videos on it. It's going to have different content, different industry news. When I go to TPE this coming year in January, when I go to PCA next July, all those different things, it's going to have coverage and information from all of that. And so I just really enjoy it. So Jared, thank you for jumping on and subscribing and checking out the channel and all of that. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. I just passed 700 subscribers about a week ago, and now I'm just a little north of 700, and absolutely having fun with this. I've had my channel since June of last year, and just absolutely enjoying the community and enjoying my cigar journey. Smoke with Toke, I got it from Youngstown Coffee Company. $16.99 for a 1 pound bag. Okay, so it's a flavored coffee that you buy. So it's probably finished in bourbon barrels, so you pick up some of the bourbon notes in it, and then it's probably got some flavoring with it, like an organic flavoring of chocolate in it. That's my guess as to what it is. Being familiar with the roasting process and beans and all that, my guess is there's probably some sort of an oil or something like that added to the beans during the roasting that gives it the chocolate note, but also it was probably finished in bourbon barrels. So all the smoke cigar reviews, congrats on 700. Thank you so much, Tim. I appreciate that. It's just a lot of fun. My channel is not one that has just exploded and grown quickly, and I'm okay with that. I've never been here to be the channel that gets to thousands and thousands and thousands of subscribers. If it happens and that's just in the cards for it, great. But I've never been one that's driven by numbers. I've been one that's been driven by passion. And just driving myself to put out good content, to always improve, to get better, to have a studio, to have an area that looks presentable, and that gets to be my man cave also is a lot of fun. I mean, my chair is right here, my recliner. My computer screen is a 42-inch TV or 36-inch, whatever it is, TV. And so I hang out here, watch movies, smoke cigars, and relax, and then do all of my reviews. Every once in a while I'll sit in the chair back there and do my review while sitting in the chair and relaxing. It's just sort of a more informal, relaxed hangout kind of a session with everybody, and just really, really enjoy it. You had said pretty much what the site says about how they make it. See, there you go, Smoke with Toke. I'm glad that I was able to pick up on what the website says with how they make it. It's usually an essential oil, food grade oil that they use to flavor the beans during the roasting process, so that it gets into it. The oils all mix up as the beans are heating up, as they go through the drying phase, the browning phase, and then first crack, second crack, all that kind of stuff. And so, yeah, I'm going to have to check that out and look at it. So Youngstown Coffee Company, I'm going to have to buy it back and check it out now. Facebook user, yes, pointing up. There we go. Smoke with Toke, yo, that is the same reason I started my channel, just to chill and speak my piece. No need for all the extras. And that's what it comes down to. I know some channels that have their own style, and some of them are more, lighthearted and funny and laughing, and some of them are much more intricate and detailed about the cigar. I just want to review it from my experience. As I say for the beginning of all my videos, from my palate, my perspective, and hopefully educate you guys in the process at the same time. That is the goal of what I do with my channel and with my reviews, is to just hang out, and hopefully you spend a few minutes. I mean, my videos are usually 8 to 10 minutes long, going over the cigar, reviewing it, giving my thoughts on it, flavor, draw, construction, burn. As I say, everything you want to know about the cigar, but it's from my palate's perspective. And then I rate it as to whether I think it's nub-worthy or not. And so that is why it started. It started when I left Dad Smoking Cigars, my previous channel, and just wanted to do things a little bit differently. And I've had a lot of fun along the way. Smoke with Toke says they also have an Ethiopian blend that's so strong it feels like it walks down your throat. So Ethiopian, I'm gonna go coffee nerd on you with Ethiopian. With Ethiopian, it tends to be more floral, earthy, sweeter, fruity notes, especially if you're doing it more of a light roast. Once you get darker, it gets very smoky, earthy. But Ethiopian, especially Ethiopian Yirgacheffe, is a very, very good coffee when it's roasted correctly, usually as a half city roast, which is light getting into a medium roast, right around there. Between half city and full city roast is where Ethiopian Yirgacheffe, I personally feel, absolutely shines. Cedar said, I pointed up so you could read the above post. Yes, and the above post was, you said pretty much what the site says about how they make it. So there we go. But yeah, Ethiopian coffee is very good. It has gotten much more popular in the last couple years for good reason, because they put out amazing quality beans and they do it very well. And so Ethiopian coffee is really, really good. And you can go, there are all sorts of micro farms and different micro genres you can go into with all of that as well. All the Smoke Cigar Reviews says, Smoke with Toke will check out your channel after this live. Yes, go check out Smoke with Toke. Go check out all the Smoke Cigar Reviews. Check out Smoke and Lead. Check out all the channels. Great, great cigar content. I'd like to say that you guys are all my friends because you hang out with me. I watch your videos. You watch mine. And just really, really enjoy it. In fact, Smoke with Toke, if I'm not mistaken, you actually smoked and did an unboxing for Luxury Cigar Club a day or two ago, if I'm not mistaken. Didn't you do that on your channel? I don't want to switch over and pull it up right now, but I believe that's what you did, which was really cool. All right, so that toasted nutty note, or that note has gone to like a toasted nut. And now I'm getting a little bit more of like that bacon spice cinnamon with it. There you go. I did. See, I pay attention to channels. Look at that. Part of the community and interested in it and absolutely love it. Smoke with Toke says, thanks to all the Smoke Cigar Reviews. Absolutely. That's awesome that you guys are checking out each other's channels and gonna check out the content, because that's really what we're all here for. We're here to talk about what we enjoy and what we smoke and whether we enjoy a particular cigar or not. Smoke with Toke said a few days ago, I have the gold membership. Awesome. I remember when Luxury Cigar Club was starting and they had the gold, I think it was gold, silver, and platinum, and then they had the diamond, which was the highest level one. And then now they've added palladium, they've added core. Palladium is just about sold out, if not sold out already. I know it's really close to that. So, yeah, Luxury Cigar Club is great. Jared says, I search cigars a couple times a week on YouTube, and this was the first time your channel came up on search. The algorithm. Yes. So I recently changed. I was talking with Cigar Prop yesterday, actually, texting back and forth with him about some different things that I've got in the works, some things that he's got in the works. And, he mentioned that since I had Cigar Show Tim as all one word, he had been searching it with the spaces in between as it's shown here and all of that. The first time I did my channel, YouTube wasn't letting me do Cigar Show Tim as multiple words because it was flagging the word cigar, quite honestly. So I went in yesterday and changed it. It's already propagated. It's already up online everywhere, Cigar Show Tim now. So I've actually adjusted and changed Facebook, my facebook.com/cigarshowtim. Now it's all spaced out as 3 separate words. YouTube, it's spaced out. So hopefully that helps people find the content because when you search the word cigar, it'll now pick out just that word cigar. So hopefully that helps out with the algorithm and it doesn't cause any more frustration with all of that. Smoke with Toke says, I just released a video a little bit ago entitled Why I Smoke. You know, that's a great topic, and I've seen many channels do that, but I've enjoyed each channel that does go over that topic because it's fun to learn why people smoke cigars, why they enjoy it, how they got started into it, all those different things. I haven't done a Why I Smoke Cigars. I've done the why am I smoking, or why am I reviewing cigars? Why even bother reviewing cigars? I did that one, which ruffled some feathers, but I'm perfectly fine with that. Back a month and a half ago, and I love it when channels go in and talk about why they do what they do. Smoke with Toke said I had to change my name as well for similar reason. Yep, and so it's now letting me do Cigar Show Tim as 3 separate words, so you can search it that way, and it'll pop up. Part of the reason I did it all as one was, one, that it wouldn't let me do it, and 2, when you type in cigars and Tim, you either get, oh, look at that, Smokin' Lead decided to sign in. I switched from Facebook to YouTube. What's up, everyone? And so when you search for cigars and Tim, the 2 other names that pop up before mine, because they've been around a lot longer, are Tim Swanson and Tim Wong. Tim Wong is a rep for a couple different manufacturers, or maybe just one now. A couple different manufacturers. I know he's got Espinosa as part of his portfolio. And so I wanted something to separate myself out, but now that it's letting me separate into 3 separate words, I'm using the word separate a lot, huh? But now that it lets me break it out into 3 separate words of Cigar Show Tim, hopefully that'll help. Hopefully that'll help with the traction. I know when you search it now, especially under images, my logo, my icon, here's one of my stickers, pops up. That logo shows up right there under images, and so hopefully that'll start to help give a little more traction and momentum to the channel. But again, I'm not all about the numbers. I mean, you can ask Caesar. I've known Caesar for going on a couple years now. When Smokin' Lead was at a couple hundred subscribers, I was still with Dad Smoking Cigars. And that channel was with had a couple hundred subscribers, and now look at where Smokin' Lead is. They're well over 1,000, and I'm just over 700. So things are going well. Let's see here. I'm still waiting on my Cigar Show Tim stickers. Well, you know what? I have your address because I had the prize that I won. So check your mailbox in a few days, Caesar, and you might just have something show up there, or I'm just pulling your leg and you won't get anything. No, I'm just kidding, brother. All the Smoke Cigar Review says, about time, Caesar. If you have a trash can bag for him. I'm lost on that one. I don't know. There we go. I lost that one. Maybe it went over my head because there we go. Oh, put a bag over his head, maybe? Yeah, there we go. Who knows? Smoke with Toke said, just followed on Facebook. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It's all about supporting each other. That's what the cigar community is all about. That's what next Friday community night is all about. And I thought, oh, let's call it this, let's call it that. And I thought, you know what? Screw the fancy names. Just call it community night, because that's what it's about, is being part of the community. Oh, meant bang. Ah, there we go. Yes. Trash can bang. Houston Astros bang bang. Oh, curveball. Tap tap on the bat. Fastball. I mean, I don't know what I'm talking about. Caesar, do you have any idea what I'm talking about? Hashtag we all we got. Yep, we're here to support each other. Bang bang. There you go. Bang bang on the trash can. I knew you know what that meant, Caesar. Especially being an Astros fan. Everyone has their flaws. If that's your worst flaw, Caesar, we can overlook it most days until the Dodgers play the Astros. And then I won't overlook it. It is crazy to me to think that the Giants are in first place in the National League West, though, ahead of the Dodgers. That just, I don't understand that at all. And yes, there is an Oakland Athletics hat back there, but that is because my youngest son, Jet, played Little League and he was on the Athletics. Took everything in me to go and buy that hat, but I wanted to support my son, of course. So I did, and then I got to be one of his coaches, which was a lot of fun. But yeah, I'm not a fan of the Oakland A's at all. Although we did beat them in the 88 World Series. 89 they ended up winning. But, hey, it is what it is. Smoke with Tokes. I went to the Nats game against Houston Astros the other day. There you go. What's going on with Trevor? I was waiting for that to come up. Yeah. Trevor Bauer. You know, I don't know. It's just crazy. It's drama, and yeah, it's just drama. Smoke with Toke said Nats whooped that tail. There we go. Nats whooped on the Astros as they should. But the Nats, yeah, they struggled last year quite a bit. And we'll see how this year ends. The burn's getting a little bit wonky on me. It looks straight there and then bloop, dips down. So I'm going to correct the burn on this one. Give it the best experience possible with it. And I've said it on many of my review videos. I don't think cigar smokers give a cigar enough chance to correct itself before going to correct the cigar. Because a lot of cigars, especially ones that are well made, will correct themselves. But I just wanted to give this one the best opportunity. Most times I don't correct it unless it gets really, really bad. And Smoking Lead, sticky situation? I don't know. Sticky? I have no idea what you're talking about. Stickiness? I don't know what that is. Just like the Astros don't know what bang bang on a trash can means, right? I guess that's how I'll leave it. Sticky situation, bang bang. Are they similar? They might be. There we go. Look at that. Correct the burn and look at all the smoke output from it. Yes, dying laughing. I love it. So I'd say I'm at the end of the second third. And at the end of the second third, there's that baking spice, toasted nut coming through. I'd say it's sort of like a cinnamon toasted kind of note. The woodiness, I'm not picking up on anymore. That creaminess, though, is still there. There's a little hint of like a coffee espresso note in it. And smoke with Toke, that may be what you were referring to when you said wait till the second and the final third. But I'm picking up a little bit of like a coffee espresso note in it, along with the toasted nuts and that sort of cinnamon baking spice kind of flavor note with it, with a little hint of woodiness. Tons of smoke output, though. And yeah, that cherry is just red hot. You're not going to be able to see it. No, it's not going to show up. The webcam doesn't like to focus. I made it work too hard. Smoke with Toke. Switching, not switching to. It means you're already enjoying yourself. Switching to Buffalo Trace. Hey, is Buffalo Trace readily available in your area? Yeah, Southern California, it's everywhere here. You can get it at Target, you can get it at Walmart, you can get it all grocery stores. Buffalo Trace is available everywhere here. And it's a good staple. I've got a bottle of it in the house. I actually enjoy, with Buffalo Trace, I enjoy making old fashions with them. I've gotten into drinking old fashions quite a bit lately and really, really enjoy them. And Buffalo Trace makes a really good old fashioned. And All the Smoke says it's everywhere in Atlanta. There you go. Yeah, Buffalo Trace is one of those whiskey brands, one of those bourbons that I think is basically universally available. Smoke with Toke, is it available where you are in your area pretty easily or no? One that is hard for us to get here in Southern California is Eagle Rare. I have not purchased a bottle. I've not tried Eagle Rare yet. But it is very hard to come by here in Southern California. Okay, the Retro Hail now getting into the final third. And I'm going to take off the secondary band. The Retro Hail is definitely getting spicy. Definitely ramping up there. Secondary band came off clean because it was nice and warmed up. There actually is a little bit of glue. I doubt the camera's going to be able to pick this up. There's a little bit of glue right there. You see that shiny spot right there where my finger is. There's actually a little bit of glue on the cigar still. It's not going to hurt anything. It's pectin. It's, you know, a sugar water substance basically. And so Smoke with Toke says old fashions, my drink of choice when at a lounge. I love a good old fashioned. I love them so good. And then Smoke with Toke says Eagle Rare is also readily available. Let's talk offline. Absolutely. I would love to check out Eagle Rare and try some and see what it's all about. My cousin has had some. He was going to come over, and then COVID hit. He's immunocompromised, so for his safety and everything, even though we're not being reckless in my house, he's just decided not to come over. And I mean, that was 6-8 months ago when COVID was at its strongest and worst, if you will. And so, yeah, he's got Eagle Rare, and I'm looking forward to trying it. But yeah, if I'm going to do a go-to bourbon, Buffalo Trace is a great one. Elijah Craig is a good one. Old Forester, the 82, 86, whatever it is. I think it's 82. Old Forester 82, I've got a bottle of that inside, and that makes great old fashions. If I'm not looking for a super strong one, but I just want a really good one, Woodford Reserve, or not Woodford Reserve, Old Forester makes a really good one. If I'm going to have Smoke with Toke, thank you so much. But if I'm going to have a really good one, I actually really, really enjoy. My favorite bourbon is Woodford Reserve Double Oaked. It's about $60, $55, $60 a bottle out here in California. But I absolutely love Woodford Reserve Double Oaked. Yeah, there we go. Smoke with Toke. It is your go-to. It is just absolutely delicious. And I'll go with a regular Woodford Reserve also, because it's really good. Obviously, the Double Oak just adds an extra depth to the flavor. But I really, really enjoy it. Bingo! See, Smoke with Toke, it's like I have an idea of what I'm talking about, and other people can relate to it. I love it. And it's not about me, it's just a universal thought on it. But really good. So, the white pepper that's been there for quite a while with the cigar, especially in the second third, has ramped up, and it's getting more to black pepper. The retrohale is spicy. It's not quite to spicery level. If you watch me for any amount of time, when I was having, I think it was an Amendola family cigars, I talked about it being spicy and said spicery. Actually, no, chocolateness is what came out of there. But spicery is my word for a really pungent, spicy, kick you in the nose on the retrohale, spice with a cigar. This is close to spicery on the retrohale, but it's not quite there yet. Have you ever heard of Hickory Hill 15 year? I have not. Where is Hickory Hill made, or where does it come from? Does it come out of Kentucky? I'm guessing it's a bourbon. Does it come out of Kentucky? Does it come out of somewhere else in the Midwest? Where does Hickory Hill come from? And 15 year, that's got to be good. That's got to have some really good depth to it. Good, rich flavors. And probably really smooth. What's the proof on that? Can you guys pick up the sound of the air conditioner and the microphone? I can hear it clearly, obviously, because I'm in here. It's probably just a little bit of a sound in the background, but I didn't know if you guys can pick up on much, if it's much of a distraction at all in the video. I'm just curious for the noise level of it and how it comes through with my Rode pod mic and my setup and everything. Another great live, Tim. Got to get back to it. Absolutely, Tim. Enjoy packing. I guess I'll say enjoy packing. Enjoy the benefits of packing, because it means you're moving and you're going down to Florida, which is awesome. So God bless the packing, the journey, the move, all of that stuff. And yeah, best of luck with all of that. That's awesome. So Kentucky unfiltered cask strength, 115 proof. Woo! There you go. Wow. That'll clear your sinuses. You got a sore throat. Take a shot of that. Game over. Smoking Lead says nope. I don't think he's heard of that either. So there you go. Smoke with Toke, where are you located? I actually don't know where in the country, what part of the country you're located in. Really? Your old lady got it for you, and it's that good, huh? Now, I personally, I read obviously what you're saying. I personally, just being a born-again Christian, I don't cuss. It doesn't bother me at all that anybody types in or any of those kinds of things. You just won't hear me reading those words. So just letting you know, if you wonder why, hey, you haven't read the word. It's just my own personal belief in how it is. I live in D.C. Okay. Very cool. Sorry, I meant back to boxing things. Yes, that's what I figured. Boxing things up, getting things ready to go, and packing them up. No problem at all, Tim. That's awesome. Keep boxing. Keep doing what you got to do. Trust me, I understand how that goes. So, if we were to continue, and I'm going to ask this next Friday also, if I were to continue doing the community night and doing all of that, who are some of the cigar channels, cigar personalities, cigar content creators that you would want to have on? Obviously, Smoke and Lead, Caesar and Robert, I'd love to have on. Any of the guys that are here that have been chatting the whole time, Smoke with Toke, all the Smoke Cigar reviews, any of you guys, I'd love to do it. I'd love to do something like that maybe, once a month or so, once every other month, just to continue building the community feel. Because there's this misnomer with newer cigar smokers that they watch channels like, oh, well, I watch this channel, and they say, and it's like, ooh, am I going to be, pigeonholed into a category because I watch that particular channel? Or, oh, no, I don't like that person, and maybe it's somebody that somebody else really likes. We're all here just doing what we want, the way that we want, how we want to do it, and but who are some of the people that you guys would want to see come on a future community night? Should they continue? Should it have a good response? All those different things. Because what I'm looking at doing is having relatively new, cigar content creators, Smoke with Toke like you, up through the well-experienced ones. Obviously, with this first one out of the gate, having the heavy hitters that are there, and I'm not calling myself a heavy hitter, but having the heavy hitters that are there with Lee Mack and Ron Reel and Cigar Prop was just a really cool thing that it all worked out that way together. But who are some of the people that you guys would want to see on there, other content creators that are out there reviewing cigars, doing all that stuff? A good number of them, I'm not going to inflate it, a good number of them I'm familiar with, and are some of them I'm friends with. But I'm just curious who you guys would want to see on something like that. Because I'd love to continue it and see how all that goes. Getting down to the primary band now, so I'm getting into the final third. And that spice is there. It is still ramping up. Take off the primary band now. And it came off clean. And it does not have any tobacco leaves on it at all, so it did come off clean. And all that fun stuff. Jonose Cigars, 505 Cigar Reviews, Harris Seferovic, I have a problem. This is probably, I'm not sure that that's even somebody who's contributing to it, but we'll just leave that at that. Jonose Cigars with Down to the Nub, which is the logo right there, the podcast that Brandon Wells, aka Cigar Mechanic, and I do together, and it's not as consistent as it was, just with life and seasons and different things that are going on. I talked with him a little bit about just his journey and different things, because I know that he's a content creator and doing stuff. 505 Cigar Reviews, yeah, exactly, Caesar, spam. And it's one of those things. Here, let's just do that. There we go. 505 Cigar Reviews. Danny Ravanelli, I think is his name, is a content creator. I've commented on some of his videos. I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of him. He's not a bad guy, but I'm not a huge fan of his content. And here's why. And I put this comment, so I'm not saying anything that I haven't told him. And it's not a put down, it was a means of encouragement. It seems to me that when he's doing his reviews, he always looks down, smells the cigar, and the sniffer test he calls it, looks down and reads notes. It seems like that what he's presenting to people is notes that he's gotten from online from other people. And I could be wrong on that, but that's just my take. He's a newer cigar content creator. He's got a couple hundred subscribers. He's got nearly the same number of videos out. and so he's been putting out a lot of content. I just don't personally care for his content and the way that he does it, because I can, my own gut can make an assumption, and that's all that it is, about whether content is genuine or not. And I'm not saying that he is not genuine in how he's presenting the cigar or doing those things. But I've commented on a couple of his videos saying that, you know, it looks like he's reading off of a card of someone else's notes. Smoke with Toke, yeah, not his own thoughts. I get it. But maybe that's just where he is in his journey. It's not a channel that I have, you know, discussed for, but it's a channel that I could see where a lot of room for improvement and growth exists. And again, that's not a snobby thing. That's not casting judgment. That's just my own take on it. But I know that there are a lot of the newer cigar content creators that are out there. Swanson Cigar Reviews. You know, he and Danny are buddies, and that's great. You know, and other people are watching him. But I came into the cigar content creation genre a few years ago when some of the guys that were in that same time frame, Smoke and Lead, Cigar Prop was doing stuff for a couple years already, but hadn't really come on the scene like he started to a couple years ago. Cigar Head TV, Fred, my brother Tim, what's going on? And there just seems to be a different style and a different quality of content creation and presentation between those couple of years. And maybe it's because of getting into it more and developing your style and what you're doing. And I noticed that he's changed, you know, some of his backdrop and some of the things that he's done to work on what I would call improving his channel. But again, I'm not here to talk bad about him. I'm just making observations. I just don't think that he's at the level that he could be at. And so for a couple of those reasons, especially what appears to be not giving his own thoughts on a cigar, that's just hard for me to follow. It's hard for me to it's hard for me to follow, because I want to see originality. I want to see people that are coming up with their own thoughts. I mean, the review that I did on the Doomsayer passive that I, you know, posted this morning, I even said in that video that I you know, tend to not look at the flavor notes in cigars, even though Luxury Cigar Club includes them when you scan that QR code, because I want to come up with my own thoughts and my own ideas. And yeah, when I did the drink debate, I wrote down all the different flavor notes that I had, because at the end I wanted to compare all the different flavor notes and see which ones came together, which ones were similar, which ones weren't. And I don't see, Fred, yeah, that's exactly it. Originality is key. And you can tell the ones that are original. You can tell the ones that are doing what they want with their own style, that are original. And you can see the ones that are just not at the, it sounds bad saying this, and forgive me because I'm not trying to pass judgment, that are just not at that same presentation level. It doesn't mean the person is bad. It doesn't mean what they're doing is bad. They're just not at the same place to be able to be as original and do those things. And so I just tend to gravitate towards the content creators that tend to be more original and can give the blend of the cigar and can talk about that and can do it without having to constantly read from something or have it look like they're reading from something. So Fred says, I just try to make sure I'm always just being myself and being original. You know, and that's it for me also. Fred, you've known me long enough. We did a review together on my channel back 6-8 months ago, whatever it was. And it's originality. You've just got to be, you've got to be yourself. And if that is himself and that's the groove that he fits into, then more power to him. It's just not for me, and there's nothing wrong with that. Smoke with Toke, we're all trying to find our groove. Absolutely, everybody's trying to find their groove. I mean, when I was with Dad Smoking Cigars, there's a very specific style that went along with Dad Smoking Cigars when I was part of that channel. And it was more podcast style, a little bit of goofy, stupid humor and things like that. And Kyle has continued some of those things with what he's doing on his channel. He's gotten away from doing the reviews specifically. He and I are good friends, and we talk, and he says, you know, I'm just going to do more topical stuff for a while and go that route. And that's completely his choice, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you just have to be able to stand behind what you're putting out, and that's what I did when I put out the Why Even Bother Reviewing Cigars when it comes to quality of audio and things like that. And yes, obviously I have my air conditioner here, and that's going to put some noise into it. But you've got to be able to stand behind the quality of what you're putting out, and if you can stand behind it, and that's what you want to do is making your name, then again, go for it. Be you. I'm not here to say that I'm the authority and that I know what the right thing is and what the wrong thing is. That's not my place. We're all here part of the community. Oh, cigar just went out. Went out for the first time. We just shoot from the hip in our reviews, but we are definitely honest. You know what, Caesar, and that's what I love about you and Robert. You guys have your style. You've got your setup. You've got your background. You've got all those different things that's presentable, and it's your own style. And you're honest about it, which is genuine. There are times where you and Robert don't get along with your opinion of a cigar or flavor notes or all of that, and you have to be. You have to be able to convey that in a way that shows that we're just not going to come here and always say that we get the same flavor notes, always say that we agree on the cigar and all those different things. I mean, when you guys did your top lists for the year, you had one that was, a couple that were in your top that weren't in Robert's top. And that's expected because you're two separate people. You're two separate cigar enthusiasts and reviewers and content creators that have one channel that's together, but it needs to be diversified. I mean, there are other people like the Bakersfield Gentleman, Frankie Miguel. They don't always agree. They don't get along. I mean, they're brothers, so obviously they're not always going to get along. And I don't mean, getting upset at each other, but they don't always agree with what they're doing and all of that, and that needs to be okay. Fred saying, "What's up, Smoking Lead? What's going on, Caesar?" But it's got to be that way. It's got to be originality. It's got to be something that you can look back on, even if you don't like the quality of it or you don't like how it was edited or some of the different things of it. You still got to be able to look at it and go, yeah, that defines, that represents, my channel, what I'm putting out there, what kind of content, what I want to have people see. And as long as you're okay with yourself in doing that, people don't have to agree with it. Now, there are, content creators that have been in the game longer that will give their opinion and input on it because they've been there before. Me having been part of it for a few years now, have been there before, but doesn't mean we can't still, we're not going to put people down. We're not going to trash other channels. We're not going to do that. We can say that we don't like their content. We can say that we don't like their style. We can say that we don't like all those different things, but we don't have to put that person down because they're putting out content that they enjoy putting out. Yep, saying it again. We got. Yep, that's exactly it. Kickin' Ash, what's going on? Hope you're doing well today on this Thursday evening now. Don't know if you're smoking anything. Don't know if you're doing any of that at all. I am smoking and finishing up a live smoke session review on the Room 101. This is the Farce, Churchill, Connecticut. It was in the Luxury Cigar Club August core box. It was a domination takeover. Room 101 was featured in this month as the domination, all three cigars. One of them is the Payback Habano Toro, which is right here. One of them is the one that I'm having now, and then one of them is the Doomsayer Passive Super Toro, and all three of those were from 101 that were in this month. Fred said, "I never try to be anyone else. If you try to be someone else, why even bother making videos?" Absolutely. Fred dropping dimes. You know what? It's my honest opinion, and just like I don't have to agree or like how somebody does their reviews, people don't have to like or agree with my opinions on other channels or how to review cigars or quality or editing or any of those other things, because it's my take on it. Smoke with Toke, I like that Smoking Lead. That's right. Man, went out again. Fred, Tim, when I'm fully back smoking cigars, we're going to have to do another review together. Yeah, I got no problem with that. Let's do that again. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. Let me relight my cigar again. Unfortunately, it went out. final third. I've had to relight it twice now. And this is what I love about doing the lives, is you get an honest input of it. The one that I did my review on, I don't think it went out at all, actually. So that one did well. This one, it's just not staying lit the whole time. Yeah, and Fred, your channel just keeps growing and growing. I don't know exactly where you're at with subscribers right now. I think last I checked, you were 1,400, 1,500. I don't go and follow everybody's subscribers and how many do they have compared to me and how is this. I just do me, plain and simple. I'm me. I do my channel how I want to because it's my channel. So the retrohale on this in the final third now, definitely at spicery level. The retrohale, black pepper spice, absolutely through the retrohale, has ramped up. My mouth is very watery, good flavor notes on it. The nuttiness is much more of a toasted nut. The creaminess is completely gone from it. The coffee espresso note is starting to come up a little bit more, and the wood has transitioned to a little bit more of a charred wood. Yeah, and I love what you have going on, Tim. I appreciate that, Fred. I really do. I honestly forgot how many subs I have. Well, there you go. That's how it goes. You know, and there are some of the YouTube content creators that are out there, and they just go, oh, well, I'm at this much, and I can't wait to be at that much, and I can't wait to be at that much. And that's great because they're, like Ron Reel says, be driven, never motivated. Be driven to keep pushing forward and have goals, but don't let the number of subscribers be all consuming and, oh, I only picked up, 3 subscribers this week, so maybe people just don't care as much. You know what? It's the nature of the beast. It's how it goes. With my channel, I would jump up quite a bit and then plateau for a while and then go up a little bit and then plateau and jump up. It's just the nature of the beast. It's how it goes. I only look at subs because I plan on doing giveaways. You know what? And that's a great way to look at it. I did that when I hit 300 subscribers. Amendola Family Cigars. I hit them up and I said, hey, when I hit this milestone, I'd love to do a giveaway. Would you be interested in sponsoring it? And Chris Monaco, who's a buddy of mine, said, absolutely, Tim, we would love to support that and do that. And so they did. They gave away an entire box of cigars and stickers and a hat and all sorts of stuff, which was awesome. So looking at things for giveaways is a great thing. I won't be doing any more giveaways until I hit 1,000. I didn't do any at 500 because I had just done 300 and it wasn't long in between that time frame. I toyed with doing a 700 one, but I'm just going to wait until I get to 1,000. I've got some fun ideas and some manufacturers that I'm going to talk with, manufacturers plural, that I'm going to talk with for that milestone and for that giveaway, and it's going to be fun. Facts, Tim. There you go. So I'll probably be on for another 15 minutes or so. We'll see how this cigar continues, and then we'll wrap it up from there. I've been on for about an hour and a half. So right now, smoke time on the cigar has been about an hour and a half. Caesar, I completely agree. And I'm in the exact same boat. I love that my channel has grown slowly. I get to know most people that support the channel on a personal level. That's exactly it. Getting to know people that support the channel on a personal level is what helps the channel continue to grow. And it's genuine growth. It's not putting out content, 3, 4, 5 times a week, every day of the week. Some channels enjoy doing that, great. But when you look at the amount of time it takes to do those videos, put it out, edit it, for me it's a matter of just looking at how I value my time. Other people do it, that's totally fine with them. But for me it's a matter of valuing my own time. I've got a family, I've got coffee roasting, I've got other responsibilities with my wife, my kids, and things to take care of. And so I'm not a slave or held hostage by cigar reviews. I just do it once a week because that's what fits into my schedule and how I do it. And for a while I was doing a lot with Down to the Nub twice a week, with my review once a week, with doing all these other things, and it just got to be too much. And I didn't want to burn out on what I enjoy doing. I didn't want to burn out on the passion. I didn't want to burn out on why I started reviewing cigars, and that was because I just enjoy reviewing cigars, and I didn't want to become a burden for me. So many people worry about algorithms and numbers. I've never been a fan of it. That doesn't make your channel. The person does, in my opinion. You know what, Fred? I couldn't agree with you more. who the person is, what they're doing, how they're doing it, and the product. I mean, it's a digital product in essence. The product that they're putting out, that's what they need to be able to stand behind. And that person is the channel and what they're doing. And people can tell whether people are just pushing out content because they love it, or they are pushing out content because they just feel like they need to get more videos for more watch time, for more watch hours, for more subscribers, and all of that. And I've just never been a fan of the game. I'd rather manage the game than be managed by it and be held hostage by it. It's just not for me. I see some new people jumping in here. Go ahead and check in the comments. Let me know who's here, hanging out. I'm smoking the Room 101 Farce Connecticut Churchill from Luxury Cigar Club's core box for August for this month. And it has been a good cigar. I know I was asked earlier, Smoke with Toke asked me what I would rate the cigar, 1 out of 10, and I was saying it's a 6.5 out of 7. I'd say it's probably about a 7, 7.5 for me right now. Fred, that's awesome. Tim, keep thriving and bringing awesome content. You too, Caesar. You and Rob are doing an awesome job, and whatever I can do to help you guys, I'm always here. Much love, guys. That's what it is. That God bless you all. That's what it's about. It's supporting each other, whether you do something that actually is supporting by being on their channel, or by just talking with them, giving input, commenting, giving a thumbs up. I mean, if you haven't already on this video and you want to, give it a thumbs up, give it a thumbs down. I don't care either way. But just engage, just interact with all of the channels that you support, that you want to support, because we help each other. Smoke with Toke said, I just followed all you guys. That's awesome. And that's what it's about, Smoke with Toke. You've got to be able to follow a bunch of people and support them, support one another, because we like to support, our brothers and sisters of the Leaf. And support is how we all continue to grow. It's how we challenge each other to do better. I mean, I'm texting with other content creators semi-frequently, and just saying, hey, I'm thinking about doing this, or hey, I just did that, what's your take on it? All those different things. Nice, there you go. Sharing the love, giving it back. Because I want to see ways that other people that are further along in their journey can challenge me, can give insight, can give input, and do all that. Like Kevin texting me yesterday and saying, hey, I tried searching, could never find it. It would just pull up your channels, it would just pull up your videos, never your channel. Have you thought about separating it into 3 separate words so people can type it in and it makes sense? And I had thought about it, but it wouldn't let me, and yesterday it let me. So there you go. It's just continuing to improve it and do all that. Lagavulin 16 up next. There you go. Man, you are the man of a million drinks, man of a million drams. Yeah, retrohale on this. That nuttiness just came back on that one. And its coffee is coming through as a much more prominent flavor in it. The woodiness is tapered down quite a bit. Coffee is coming up more. That baking spice sort of cinnamon note is still there. It's a little more subdued, but it's still there. But it's performing really well. I've enjoyed this. Here's where the burn is on it. It's got a little bit of a wave to it. You all saw me correct it and relight it and stuff, and that's where it's at, and that's how it's performing. Starting to get a little bit squishy. It's not getting hot on the draw, but it's starting to get a little bit squishy, and a smaller ring gauge as you get down to the final third and get down to the nub. Some of them do tend to get that way. That's just how it goes with them. It's not a negative necessarily on the cigar. It's just how the cigar performs. And there are a number of factors that goes into it. Smoke with Toke. I have been kid-free 5 years, and I'm off tomorrow. Wow, there you go. Enjoy yourself. Nothing wrong with that at all. Yeah, I'd say this cigar is a good solid one. And if I had to, do it from my rating scale, nub-worthy or not, this one absolutely is nub-worthy. I've enjoyed it quite a bit. And I've got just a few draws left on it until I am absolutely down to the nub. But I would say this one is nub-worthy. If you guys haven't checked out the Room 101 Farce Connecticut Churchill, I'd strongly recommend you do that because it is, in my experience, from my palate, my perspective, it is a good cigar. I haven't been kid-free for 5 years, or in 5 years. Wow. Much deserved downtime then for you, Smoke with Toke. That is awesome. Enjoy every single bit of it. I just read that comment, but reading it again, haven't been kid-free in 5 years. Good for you. Enjoy downtime. We all need downtime. We all need to recharge. And honestly, this here is downtime for me. It's relaxing, hanging out with, you know, brothers and sisters of the leaf and just talking and hanging out. So I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up here. Finish up my cigar. Not much left on it. It was a 6x52, I believe. Where did the cello go? I think I already put it down there. I think it was a 6x52, if I'm not mistaken, because it's a Toro, 6x52, and it's been good. So Caesar, yep, I gotta go, guys. I gotta set up and gotta get set up and ready for a review. It was nice chatting with y'all. God bless, and don't go Astros. Take care, Caesar. Love you, brother. Have a good one. I'm definitely turning on notifications for your channel, bro. That's awesome. Well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, everybody. Thank you so much for everybody that tuned in, that jumped on, contributed to the conversation, and hung out with me as I just got to talk about Luxury Cigar Club, their core box for this month, the Domination. If you want to check out Luxury Cigar Club, go to luxurycigarclub.com. The core box is $18.99 a month. I've never been disappointed in it. There are some cigars that I haven't cared for, but that's just part of the cigar journey. So I think that's going to do it. Let's go here. And I think that's going to do it for all this, for the live, for Luxury Hour for this month. But as I say every time, enjoy your cigar journey. I'm Cigar Show Tim. As always, I'll see you. And it's not going.